How much is this excitement to get back into soccer again?
Yeah, I mean, talking about roots, I mean, it's, I'm an old guy, so you go back a long way, but, back to my playing days, my coaching days in England, and then sort of coming over here and sort of working for the Pittsburgh Spirit, the Minnesota Strikers, before I got into the NBA, WNBA. It's remarkable that this is happening right now in the state of Minnesota, and I'm here with the experience that I've had over the last 30 years in the state of Minnesota. And so, as I said in the press conference, this is a legacy play for me. I believe in the evolving of franchises. Every single team changes and moves, is a fluid sort of growing thing. And I just feel really good about sort of being part of this franchise at this time. I have a lot of experience in sort of construction, renovation of Target Center, $150 million. I have a lot of experience in building teams on the business side, building teams on the playing side. So this one was made in heaven for me.
What was how long did you play, and do you have is Man U's your team?
No. So if I started rolling off all of the teams that I played for, you wouldn't have heard of one of them other than Hull City. Okay, so back in the day, I was part of their junior program, then went to college, got a degree, and then played non-league for a while, semi-pro, Aylesbury United, Hemel Hempstead, and then I coached actually Hitchin Town in the Isthmian League before I came over here to be the general manager of the Pittsburgh Spirit and then the Strikers. So, I know what it's like to be sort of a blue-collar guy trying to sort of break in. And I worked very, very hard at my trade. I did my English full badge, which is the UEFA A license these days. I was 22 years of age when I got that, so my background sort of swung from sort of playing to coaching. So I'm a little bit of a student of the game. So Adrian will hear an awful lot from me on style of play, on formations, on substitutions, what we're doing in the final third and not in the final third. I'm a goalkeeper, so Bobby Shuttleworth will hear from me as well. I love the guy. He reminds me of Joe Corrigan, who used to play for Manchester City back in England. So a little bit of a student of the game and really looking forward to sort of diving in, on the team side as well as the business side.
Glenn Taylor in there, who's been, a quarter of a century or so with the Timberwolves. Did he have any influence in this decision, or at least talking you through this transition?
Absolutely. I mean, he's been a mentor and a friend for many, many years, since 1995 when he bought the team. I have an incredible relationship with him, and obviously have kept him appraised of every step of the way. And Glenn comes to all of our games, both Wolves and Lynx, comes, sits in your office, parks himself there and says, okay, let's talk this through. Is this where you want to go? Is this how you want to end your career? Do you want to go back to the sport that you love? I tried to convince him probably about 12, 14 years ago now to buy a team. So we've had many, many conversations around soccer, and whether that team was going to be in the MLS or whether that team was going to be in Europe. So he's very, very familiar with my roots, my passion, my energy, and how I get up out of bed every Saturday morning and Sunday morning and turn on the Premier League. We talk about that sort of thing. And so, yeah, he was involved every step of the way.
You mentioned this being a legacy play. When this is all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be with Minnesota United, and where do you want to leave the club?
I want Adrian Heath as our manager to win an MLS championship. I want Allianz Field to be the best fan experience in the Twin Cities, driven by the fans. And I want our business to be profitable. How about that?
It's perfect. I think anyone will go play with that.
What did you try to do with getting this club to MLS? What was your role at those times?
Yeah, so Bill and myself had a number of meetings around sort of the bid process. Obviously there was another group inside of the Twin Cities that wanted the team. I knew the leaders of not just the Wilf family, but Inner Circle was helping them with their bid. So I partnered with Bill because Glenn was coming into Bill's group to really try and just add whatever my expertise was to what was already being done, and there was some incredible work that was already being done inside of the franchise. So this certainly was not me. It was just me looking at the way that we were going to present, the presentation package, etc. And then actually being invited by Dr. McGuire to attend the presentation in New York and be a participant in that and represent Glenn Taylor in that presentation.